right. Namaste, friends. Welcome to our Thursday PM yin style practice. As previously, or if you weren't here last week, then just a heads up, it's a good idea if you have blocks, bolsters, pillows, or any kind of props that you can think of that you might want to use, or you think you might be able to come up with a creative way to use. I really recommend having those around. You never know when or how you're going to find it very helpful to have those around. So just options. Take a second if you need to go grab anything of that nature, and we'll get started from just a comfortable seated posture. You could take a seat on top of a block if you might like, to kind of elevate your sitting bones and make it a little more space for your hips. If you find being seated in this manner is particularly uncomfortable, sometimes also it works to take sort of a kneeling posture, and you can create support again with a block under there, or straddle over a bolster or something like that. Something that'll help give you enough support and lift so you can find a nice tall and long comfortable spine. Whatever you need to do to make that happen, that's the move. So as you start to find a comfortable seat for yourself, I invite you to close your eyes. Give yourself a few moments to get settled into your space. Start to bring your awareness and your attention to the present moment, acknowledging physical sensations in your body. Feel your seat connected to the ground or to the block or bolster. Becoming aware of the sensation of your breath as it's moving into and out of your body. Even allowing yourself to be aware of mental sensation. If there are thoughts on a loop in your mind, or a particularly troublesome thought has been with you today, take this moment to, if only this moment, to allow that thought to be there. If it's there right now, no need to push it away or deny it. Allow yourself to look at it. Physical tension is rising in your body. Give yourself the chance to adjust, to start to encourage your body to relax, starting to encourage your mind to release those looping thoughts or any unnecessary clutter from the mind, again, without a sense of trying to force it away. If a thought keeps coming back, if tension keeps coming back, that's perfectly fine. You just notice that it's returned and allow it to be there if it must be, but perhaps by shifting attention toward your breath, you can maybe diffuse some of the power of those physical or mental tensions. Noticing your breath for a moment right at the entrance of your nostrils. Feel the temperature of the air as you draw a breath in through your nose. Maybe you can feel your breath warmed up by your body, flowing out over your upper lip. Relatively cool air drawing through the rings of your nostrils. Relatively warmed air, again, flowing out over your upper lip. Allow a few more breaths to come and go this way. Keeping your attention with your breath, allow the focus to move more toward your chest, your rib cage. Feel the breath expanding in the chest, the ribs maybe ballooning out to the sides gently. And notice as the breath releases, this returning toward the center line of your body. The chest, the ribs opening as you inhale, and releasing as you exhale. Let your body have a few more breaths this way, focused on the sensation of the breath in the upper torso. Yet again, keeping with your breath. One more time, just shifting that focus now downward toward your lower belly, or even kind of in your pelvis, or maybe even at the base of your spine. Feel your breath all the way down at the base of your posture. Expanding as you inhale. And a sense of release, or a subtle sense perhaps of contraction as you exhale. Allowing just a few more cycles of your breath to come and go. Feeling the breath deep in the center of your body. Feeling your breath through the chest to the ribs and the upper back. Feeling your breath right at the rings of your nostrils. Move along from here, set up the first official posture. Again, if you have support underneath your seat, you may opt to keep that there, or you might opt to remove it. You will know best what you want to do. From your seated posture, you can go ahead and just extend your right leg out, and your left sole may settle in lightly against your inner right thigh, or you might find that you want to have that foot a little further out, just a little bit of a bend there in your knee. And I want you to sit up, again, nice and tall. There's something I like to refer to as bird posture, where we just want to make sure that we're not slouched back or dumping into the lower back here in this posture. You'll kind of observe that my upper body is sort of being thrown forward as I'm perched, like a bird, up on my block right here. You may not need a block to create that. You might find a block or bolster helps to create that. But what we want to feel is that the very back of the posture basically is the sitting bones. There's nothing happening behind my foundation back there. So do what you can to kind of feel into that action. It doesn't need to be perfect, but it's something that can help to create a more comfortable or a more yin approach to this forward folding posture. So you can take a nice deep breath in to get a little more length out of your spine, and as you breathe out, just melt your belly right down toward your lap or right on top of your right thigh. As you start to soften downward, your arms can brace on the ground, on top of your shin, or maybe you'll have the range of motion to bring your hands towards your foot. I want you to feel a really tangible sensation of support underneath you. So again, you can use a block, prop it up under the chest, or bring that block on top of your thigh to bring support up to your torso, trying to take the musculature of the back body out of the equation so it can be very, very soft. you'll begin to melt, to round, and to just feel your body draping over your extended leg. Take a couple more breaths to let yourself settle, and don't be shy about adjusting or accommodating, as we will be in this posture for some length of time. Worth the trouble to really be in a situation that's sustainable for you. Tap into your breath. Becoming aware in this moment of your connection to the ground, where your body is touching the floor. Allowing your body to be relatively heavy. Wherever there is support, let yourself lean into that support. Feeling where your body has space in the posture. Allowing your breath to generously expand into the space that you have. Allow your breath to be easy, smooth, but complete. Letting your inhalations finish. Letting your exhalations finish without any sense of strain, without any sense of worry or concern. This moment, I invite you again to really be mindful if there's something about your posture that doesn't feel quite ideal for you. Maybe you're looking to create more sensation for your body. Maybe you're kind of gritting your teeth and sort of holding on for dear life. Now's a really good time to make some adjustments. Maybe add support under your seat, maybe take that support away. Find a way to bring a feeling of support to your torso, to your belly, to your chest. Maybe your forehead is settled on a block or on your knee or shin. Let the body soften and relax into the posture. The yin approach to the body is one of passivity, receptivity, allowing your breath and the time that you spend in this shape to create benefit for you. Notice wherever your body might intuitively or habitually begin to tense or engage. Encourage those places to just soften a little bit, even if they will not completely relax. Maybe just 50% less effort, 50% less engagement, a little softer, a little more free. Allow your body to take another 3 complete cycles of breath. Allowing the body to finish the inhales and exhales, but again without any sense of strain or tension. Smooth, easy breath in. And smooth, easy breath out. If your body is feeling especially pleased with this situation or something interesting is happening, I encourage you to stay here for as long as you want. Otherwise, when you're prepared to, carefully, mindfully allow your body to rise. Taking time to explore the sensation of moving out of the posture and allowing your body to find for a moment a neutral position. Maybe you'll just extend both legs, anchoring onto the earth and just spending a few moments to observe your body's reaction, to notice the feeling on the right half and the left half of your body, feeling sameness or a sense of difference, whatever may be there. As before, you're welcome to take as much time in this sort of neutral seated posture as you feel like you need, but when you're ready to do so, you can set this up for the other side of your body again, propping your seat up if you need or want with blocks or bolsters. Your left leg will stay extended. You can bend your right knee, letting it release out to the side, and maybe you'll have the sole of your right foot lightly or maybe even kind of firmly settled against your inner left thigh. All those little options there for you. Mindful again that you create a sense of uprightness for your spine that may entail needing support, or it may simply be a matter of having to kind of scoot your sitting bones back behind you a little ways. Again, we want to think about kind of being a little bit forward almost before you start the posture, the way a tiny little songbird is way forward of its butt. Bird butts are behind the chest very clearly in a way that humans don't have. So a little mindful of that if we can be, sitting nice and tall once you have a good foundation, and as you're ready and have filled the body with breath, using your exhale to just carefully melt yourself downward, the belly toward the lap or thigh, the chest out over the thigh or knee, maybe the forehead settles towards your knee or shin, mostly releasing your body downward. The forward action of the posture will happen automatically if we're able to get a good foundation underneath and we're allowing gravity to start to take over. Very naturally, the forward action will occur. Letting the body release down. Any initial adjustments you need to make, take care to think them through, to execute as you need, and when you feel like you're starting to find that place, that feeling of support is underneath you, you're able to really soften, then embrace it. Melting into the connection you have with the ground, feeling where that support and contact is and utilizing it. Being heavy even into the support underneath you. Feeling where your body is connected to itself. Noticing how that feels. As before, also acknowledging where there is space in the posture. Feeling your breath naturally expand into the open and spacious places. Feeling the breath expand in a different manner into the places where there's that sense of connectivity or connection. And maybe a little check-in on your mind. If your thoughts have wandered away, whether that be to pleasant or not so pleasant places, invite your mind to come back to your body. If the mind wanders away quickly once again, that's not a problem. Be aware of that wandering. But be sure that your mind knows that it's always welcome to return when it's ready to the coming and going of your breath, to the physical experience of your posture, using that physical check-in as an opportunity to acknowledge if perhaps your posture can afford to be a little more intense, or if you might need to ease things off a bit. Making adjustments in either direction is never a bad thing. Assessing what your body is experiencing honestly, truthfully, compassionately, that's the move. Once adjustments have been made, allow yourself to run that little checklist, feeling your contact and connection with the ground, acknowledging where your body has support, allowing your body to use that support. Noticing how your breath navigates the shape your body has created. And even noticing your mind's reactions to those sensations. If mental or physical tension is very apparent anywhere in your body, invite softening, invite releasing, even if it's only 50, maybe 25%. More easeful, more calm, more natural of a feeling. Every little bit is worth giving. Invite your body to take another 3 full cycles of breath. Not rushing nor hurrying anything at all about these breaths. If your body feels inclined to stay with the posture, if something is clearly releasing that has been deeply held for a long time, or just something feels interesting or for no explicable reason at all, it just feels good to be here, you are more than welcome to stay. If you're feeling ready to move along, then very mindfully, be fully present to the process, carefully begin to rise up. Noticing the sensations present in the journey to an upright position. Noticing the sensations present having arrived in that upright position. Returning toward a neutral position for your body. You can stay on your block or bolster there if you have it, but maybe just letting both legs extend for a moment. Tapping into the feeling of your breath. Noticing here, once again, any sense of balance or a lack of balance across the left and right hemispheres of the body. Acknowledging feelings, whatever they may be, lightness or heaviness, warmth or coolness. From here, when you're ready to, again, might be ideal for some of us to keep a prop underneath the seat. Others will find it unnecessary. Allow your legs to separate any amount. They don't need to go particularly wide, but definitely a little more space. Allowing your thighs to rotate slightly inward to keep that strong foundation underneath you. Maybe the heels go mat width distance apart. They might go farther. They may be, again, relatively close. Up to you. One more time, I'm going to work through just a very simple seated forward fold, being sure that you're on your sitting bones, slightly perched forward so you'll be able to maintain that strong connection underneath and fully embrace the yin aspect of this posture. A breath in as you anchor down through your sitting bones, and as you breathe out like before, melting yourself mostly downward. Send your belly toward your lap or to that space between your thighs. You might want to have, again, a block or a bolster to create some support for the chest, some way to feel that you are physically supported, at the very least energetically supported from underneath, letting go of your back body and allowing the support either of the earth, of your block or bolster, maybe of your thighs. You might prop your forearms there and tuck your arms in to bring support to the chest. Some way to find a sense of real freedom and release right here for yourself. Not worried about how your posture looks, mindful that the sensation in your posture is one of steady and perpetual easing up. Tension may arise when you find it. Encourage it to soften. If there's clear resistance in your body, consider making adjustments. Ultimately, our goal is to find a posture where the body can be very free to release. Finding a posture where the only tangible activity is the coming and going of your breath. Breath is free and smooth, deep but comfortable inhalations, complete but relatively gentle exhalations. Acknowledge the contact and connection you have with the ground. Allow yourself to lean into that support. Yin yoga is the utilization of what's already there. The ground is there. Allow it to support you. Gravity is already there. As much as you can, give in to the force of gravity. Let the body release and be heavy and be soft. The force of your breath is already present. Allow it to move through you. Gently expanding as you inhale, releasing as you exhale, tapping into the force of time. Even if your posture is subtle or feels very, very neutral, it may not feel like much is happening at all. Trust that the time you spend here pays dividends down the road. Just like when baking or cooking really anything, some measure of time plays a role. You can't just wish the cookie to be done faster. It's going to take a little bit of time. Let your body have this cooking time. And as before, invite your body to have 3 more complete cycles of breath, at the very least. Not rushing or hurrying. 3 more full breaths. Come and go. Body may choose to stay here. Your mind may have discovered something interesting to keep exploring. Keep this posture if it serves you. Otherwise, if you're prepared, carefully and mindfully, slow enough to really be aware of what's happening. Real-time observation as you rise up out of the posture. What do you notice? Turned upright, legs can stay wide, or they may work their way back in briefly. A few moments to breathe in this more neutral posture for you. Once you're prepared, if you're you're up on a bolster or block, you'll want to remove that here as we prepare to lower down onto the back. However makes sense, carefully and mindfully allow yourself down. Take time to get settled once you arrive. Again, do any adjusting you might need to do. And we'll take just a few extra moments to explore this new situation. Notice where the support for your body is. Feel what's connected to the floor. Relax. Be heavy into that support. The ground will hold you up if you allow it to. Soften and release down into gravity, into the support of the earth beneath you. Feel how your breath navigates this posture. Move things along toward a little spinal twisting action for each side of the body. When you're prepared to do so, I'll invite you to bend at your knees, placing the soles of your feet on the earth. Your arms are free to just be here at your side. Maybe if you have the space, they'll extend out wide at a T. You can goalpost your arms or really settle the arms anywhere at all that feels good. They can rest overhead or settle behind the back of your head for a little more support. Take the time to establish something that's comfortable for you, and then when you're ready, you'll find a nice, long, leisurely breath in through your nose, filling your spine, and as you exhale, allow your knees to just casually drop off to your right. You can settle a block or bolster underneath one or both knees or thighs for a little extra support. You might find it comfortable to release all the way to the ground, noting here that your knees don't need to be touching, your thighs don't need to be touching. All we're trying to do is create a slight turning or rotational action through the lower back. Make the adjustments you need. Maybe you're gazing up toward your ceiling. You might turn your head over to gaze down your left arm. Find a situation that feels comfortable enough so you can really relax and release your body. Explore the sensations present in your posture. Acknowledging your connection to the ground, your connection to the space around you. And as always, noting very clearly for yourself how your breath navigates and relates to this particular shape. If you're noticing any obvious tension, physical or mental, if there is distraction present, take this opportunity to reset your focus and opportunity to adjust your posture if something has become unduly uncomfortable, or if there's a need to generate a little more sensation or willingness of the body to go deeper in. Making adjustments that will allow you to spend more time, not less, in the posture. Anything in the body that is clearly working harder than anything else at this moment, invite it to soften just 50%. A little more relaxed, a little more at ease. Grant your body the opportunity to have at least 3 more full cycles of breath right here. Gently finishing your inhales and your exhales. And taking all the time that you need to remain in this posture if it feels good, if something has finally softened, or if something interesting is going on, do not rush yourself to leave. When the body's ready, carefully, mindfully, with full presence, begin to unwind your posture, exploring the journey back toward a neutral position. Giving your body time to be back in that neutral position. Maybe gentle movement, maybe a sense of radical stillness. Notice whatever is there to be noticed. Prepare to move the posture to the other side. Take care to set up in a way that feels good for you. Not worried about mirroring what you did on the other side. If on this side of your body things are different, we want to honor and accommodate that. Allowing your knees to gently release off to your left. Again, they don't have to stay connected. The thighs don't have to stay connected. You might have one knee all the way on the ground, and the other knee might be virtually pointed up at the sky. Feeling a subtle twisting through your lower back, through your spine. That's where the action is. Your legs are virtually irrelevant to this. Just let them flop over. Again, if you need support, for one or for both legs. A block can go in between the thighs. A block can go underneath your left thigh or knee. You can even have a block perhaps under here your right shoulder if that turning action is creating separation from your shoulder and the floor. Whatever's going to be best for you. When you have found the posture you like, right away run that checklist. What's connected to the ground? Where is there support? Utilize that support. Be heavy. Melt. Release into it. Acknowledge where there's space in your posture, where there's room for your body to expand as you breathe in. Maybe your gaze is up to the ceiling. Maybe it'll feel good to bring that twisting action to your upper back and neck by gazing to your right. Again, we're not so concerned about alignment or convention. You might even bring your gaze to the left. It might feel better to take pressure and tension out of the situation. Let your body go with the posture. Feel how your breath navigates the posture you've created. Anytime you find it appropriate, make adjustments to your posture. Always with the intent that the adjustments you make are going to allow you to be here longer. Not artificially creating more sensation so you can justify leaving the posture. Better to ease off and take a little more time than to push forward and end up needing to come out. The time you spend in the posture is largely the benefit. The freedom and ease with which you breathe generates a great deal of the benefit of this practice. Once again, allow your body to find another 3 complete cycles of free, smooth, generous breath. Taking care to remain with this posture for longer. If something has finally released, if something is feeling good, or if something interesting is happening, stay present for that discovery. luxuriate in any feeling of release you've achieved if your body is ready to move along. With full presence of mind, begin to carefully release from your posture, exploring all of the phases of leaving the posture. Every frame of motion accounted for in your mind. When you've returned to that more neutral position, take the time to be there. Whether that means gentle movement, maybe windshield wipering, the knees gently side to side, or again, maybe being very, very still. Notice what is there to be noticed. Sort of concluding final posture with the knees still bent, your feet still placed on the earth, walking the soles of the feet all the way to touch if they are not already doing so. Allow your knees to gently drape out wide. Again, you can create support with blocks under your knees or thighs. If you don't have those props but you're feeling a lot of tension or discomfort, you have the option to do this one leg at a time. Maybe just that left knee will drop out to the side and your right knee will point up to the ceiling, or you can just scoot the feet a little further away, taking some of the pressure out of the posture or propping your seat with your fists or hands. Relaxing through your belly, opening up as much space as you comfortably can. Maybe one hand at your heart and one hand at your belly, or maybe the hands, again, just resting at your side, maybe on top of your thighs to add some downward leverage. Relaxing the inner thighs and the inner hip crease. Relaxing the jaw and the forehead. Any tension in the body right now has your permission to just soften by 50%. Maybe you will opt to soften it yet again, another 50%. Noticing sensations as they arise. Acknowledging thoughts that may materialize. But likewise noticing when they're ready to dissipate and leave. When sensations are ready to pass into new and different sensations. The sensation of an expansion as you inhale, flowing into the sensation of heaviness or release as you exhale, changing into an inhalation once again, everything coming and going with the passing of time and the time you spend right here in this posture, in your body, generating great benefit to you just to take a little time. finding for yourself a moment of clarity and awareness in the physical body, what you're feeling. A moment of mental awareness, drawing your attention to where your attention is, whether it's on a distraction or centered in your body with your breath. Allow for complete awareness as your body has 3 more complete cycles of breath. One last time, as those breaths come to completion, if there's a need to stay put, a want to remain here, I encourage you to do so for as long as you wish. If the body's prepared, or you are otherwise ready to release your posture, perhaps with the support of your hands, you carefully begin draw your knees towards one another. Allow for stillness and observation, if that's appropriate, maybe gentle movement. Observing how things feel. Acknowledging your experience without any need to make sense of it or analyze it, just raw awareness. Again, remaining with your posture as long as you like. If you feel otherwise ready, perhaps you'll gently roll to your side and just pause there momentarily in this fetal posture. Allowing another moment of acknowledgement of the support underneath you, the ground. Always there for you anytime you need it. All you have to do is let yourself receive the support. A moment of appreciation, acknowledgement, and gratitude for breath, always there. If you will allow the breath to come and go, it will do precisely that for you. Then carefully, perhaps with your eyes closed if you wish, you might press yourself up toward a comfortable seated posture. You might opt to continue resting in your fetal posture or remain lying on your back, perhaps. Wherever your body is most comfortable, that's the place I hope that you will allow yourself to be. Tuning to your body, tuning to your breath, allowing any time it occurs to you to do so, to bring your mind to bear on your breath and body. Awareness happens the moment you'll allow it. And any time is a good time for that awareness. Let's close. Just a few final cleansing breaths, taking in a big inhale to gather more oxygen for your body, energy that you might find necessary. And you can exhale your hands down toward your heart center as you gently clear away any lingering tension, any stagnation or stress from the body. Finding another deep breath in, filling up with whatever you may be needing this evening, and breathing out to gently release whatever it is that you do not need. Making space, creating room, finding one more breath just for you. Anything at all you wish to have, bring it in. And as you exhale, gently releasing anything at all that no longer serves you, great time to let it go. Let's find one last breath together as you go about the rest of your evening and head into the rest of your week. I invite you to carry this awareness and practice with you, bringing along peaceful thoughts for your mind, peaceful words for your lips, and peace for your heart. In recognition and in appreciation of the spark within you. Namaste.